Welcome, everyone. This is the Masterclass. My name is Patricknazareth. I have around 30 years of teaching experience, and I would like to help you remove your doubts if you have any. We are now going into the poem Now the Leaves Are Falling Fast, written by W.H. Auden. A bit about the background of the poet. W.H. Auden was born on February the 21st, 1907, in the city of York, in Yorkshire, England. He died on September the 29th, 1973, in Vienna, Austria. In his lifetime, he moved from the left to the right. In other words, he moved from being a staunch communist and he became more of a capitalist. Being a writer, he divided his own life into four parts as he saw it. His life or his thoughts up to the time he was an undergraduate, the time he was a convert to the left, he embraced communism, his return to Christianity and his life in America, and finally when he left America and moved to Europe and ultimately died there. The first stanza of the poem then. Now the leaves are falling fast, nurses' flowers will not last. The nurses to the graves are gone, and the prams go rolling on. This is a time of autumn. Autumn is a time of decay, autumn is a time of death. And the poet presents a picture of a nurse. Nurses are of two types, who look after young children and nurses who look after the sick and the ailing in hospitals. Both ways, the flowers or the care that they give their wards do not last, because either the children grow up or the sick and the ailing, they recover and move on. Nurses, they die in the fullness of time. Prams contain babies. So this is the cycle of life. You are born, you move through life, and you die. The next lines. Whispering neighbors left and right pluck us from the real delight, and the active hands must freeze, lonely on the separate knees. This is the time of gossip. This is the time of pressure put upon you from society that you must behave in a certain way. For example, do you need to go to a temple on a certain day? Do you need to go to a church on a certain day? Do you need to go to a mosque on a certain day? Do you live your life the way your religion wants you to, the way your parents want you to, the way your school wants you to? These are all pressures of different sorts that are put upon everybody. But in a way, they tend to distract us from the joy of living. We must look at life and we must be happy that we are alive. We must enjoy each moment of our lives. But we are forced down paths which perhaps we don't want to go. It's a beautiful day. Would you like to play a game of cricket? Of course you would, but you need to be in school. You need to be in school from this point to this point, then you need to come back, you have to do your studies, you have to do your homework, and you have very little time to play. Would you prefer that you play a lot and study a little? Sure, why not? Can you do that every day? No, you can't. So this is an example of the pressures that society brings upon you, and it forces you to change. It forces you to give up your happiness. It forces you to do things that you would not like. So no matter how much you would like to do things, you're forced to sit quietly and go according to the rules that have been set by you, by the folks around you, by the people, the parents, your teachers, the people in your city, the people in your society, the people of a religion. The next lines. Dead in hundreds at the back, follow wooden in our track. Arms raised stiffly to reprove in false attitudes of love. We are being forced, or perhaps most of society is being forced, to go around mechanical lines. For example, you're going to do your class 10, you're going to do your class 12, you're going to do your college. You might be told, become a doctor, become an engineer. How many people are told, become an artist? So you are forced to walk down paths that are there for you to walk down, that lots of people have done before you and lots of people following behind are going to do. Okay? And there are always people who are going to say, focus on your studies, not on being an artist. Focus on this, not on that. And they present it in such a way as if to say they care about you. But if they really cared about you, wouldn't they care about what you love? If you love to draw flowers and you want to be a botanist, for example, can you do so? You might be forced to become a doctor. So you are a doctor, you are earning your daily bread, you are doing very well for yourself. But are you truly happy? Starving through the leafless wood, trolls run scolding for their food, and the nightingale is dumb, and the angel will not come. Autumn is upon us, leaves are falling from the trees, and it's a time of death and decay. And people are running mindlessly. What are they doing? They're trying to earn their livelihood, they're trying to earn their daily bread, they're trying to look after their families. What happened to the nightingale? The nightingale is a bird that sings beautifully, reminding us of joy and happiness. Do we stop to hear it? No, because that is silent. The angel is a symbol of religion, of closeness to God, to nature. What happened to that angel? The next stanza, gold impossible ahead, lifts the mountain's lovely head, whose white waterfall could bless travelers in their last distress. Now, way ahead in front of us, the poet says, we see this beautiful mountain. It seems almost impossible to reach it, but we have to move towards it because we have to look for beauty in our lives. And at the foot of that mountain, or falling from the mountain, we have a waterfall. The water from that could bless us, could change our attitudes. If we could only see the beauty of that waterfall, if we could only see the beauty of life around us and move to embrace it. Unfortunately, we see all this when we are about to leave this world, when we are close to our death. Then we have regrets. Why did we not do this when we were alive? Why did we not go here when we were young? Why did I not look upon this when I was older? And now when it is too late, I am full of regrets. Do you want to be full of regrets? What are the themes that run through this poem? The passing of time, the inevitability of death. Time will move on. You and I will die. That is a sad fact, and all of us must live with it. So it deals also with the conformity, with the way society forces us to do things that are considered good by them, whether we want to or not, in order to earn our way in life, in order to build a good life, is what they keep on telling us. We are done with the poem then. If I have been able to help you, please do remember to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, there are others out there who might need our help.